13, Steve Scott. They're wearing 136, Morten Walland. Craig Masbach is there wearing 15. 76 is Ray Flynn from Ireland, wearing the blue. 36, just coming up to the line, Ian Stewart from Great Britain. Mike Hillard of Australia wears striped shorts in red, white and blue. John Walker in spanking form, the 76 Olympic champion, wears 85. As Craig Masbach takes up the running. Looks like Morten Walland, one of the Norwegians behind him, but suddenly down the back straight, Walker goes and he takes Scott with him, and Fricker goes. Fricker, a tall man wearing yellow, ginger-haired, wearing 24. Mark Fricker from the United States, from Oregon State University, third in the NCAA 1500 meters. John Walker tucking in. John Walker in very good form, and Steve Scott, who could pressure the world record, which stands at 3:47.33 to Sebastian Coe. He needs to be taken through good pace, and that may well be why Mark Fricker is taking them round at this pace now. Fricker leads from Walker, leads from Scott, from Flynn, Craig Masbach, and then Mark Hillard, and then Ian Stewart. 56 seconds at the first lap of this mile, and that's good pace indeed. Scott has proved recently that he's in brilliant form. He's run 64 sub-4-minute miles, second only to John Walker, who's run an incredible 70 sub-4-minute miles. So the two giants of miling, or two of the giants of miling, in the field together. John Walker pulling Steve Scott and Ray Flynn behind him, and they're being led round by this man Fricker. And these four getting away from the rest of the field because the pace is really punishing. John Walker, now 30, former world record holder for the mile, 3:49.7. He ran 3:49.5 at the Bisbee Games 2 weeks ago. Beaten by David Moorcroft, still to run this evening. Coming up with 2 laps to go, and still Fricker leads them on. 1:52.7, and the time is fast. Fricker, Walker, Scott, Flynn, Hillard, Masbach. And the rest really fading as they pound on down the back straight. And what a good job Fricker's doing. 6th in the US 1500 meters. He's a 3:58 miler. This must be hurting him. Look at Hillard with a 10-yard gap between the first four and him. The Australian player and answer for the Commonwealth Games. As these get away, and Walker, I'm sure, said thanks. John Walker, who had a brilliant 800 meters. Only on Sunday, 1:45.45, his best since 1974, and Steve Scott knows that. And Steve Scott ran 1:45.05 to beat him. So Scott from Tempe, Arizona, in a very fast time indeed. 2:51.5 at the bell. And the man with the finishing pace moves to the outside of Walker. Walker, the giant from New Zealand, is overtaken by Scott of America. And the blue shirt there, Ray Flynn of Ireland, who's run 3:50.54. He goes with him, up to the shoulder of Walker, but Scott gets away. Scott, the calm man, the cool man. He's been chasing this record of Coe and Ovett for a long, long while. There it is, 3:47.33, stands to Coe, and Scott has tremendous finish. He really is clocking a whole string of 350 miles and sub-350 miles. Walker coming back at Flynn, but Scott gets away from the United States of America in cracking form, 3:47.33 to beat. And he's coming up to the line, and it's a brilliant run. It's a marvelous run, and he's just outside 0.3 of a second. He won't believe it when he knows what the time was. That really was a thunderous run. Ovett, remember, his fastest time, 3:48.40. Coe, 3:47.33. Now this man takes the second fastest time ever in the history of miling. Steve Scott, 26, United States of America, in spanking form. Gets away from the former Olympic champion, who's come back to overtake Ray Flynn on the line. What a great run it was. Had help over the first 800 meters, and then had to get away on his own, and it really was a tremendous run. And that record must now be vulnerable to this American. Steve Scott, a chance to talk to you at last. You've had a fabulous string of mile runs and 1,500-meter runs. Well done on that. And really, commiserations on missing that world record, because it's getting very close, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. I'm used to it, though. In the 1,500 last year in Koblenz, I missed it by 0.6, and indoors I've missed the record by, just a second or so. So it's not something I'm not used to handling.
But you are going for it. There's no doubt about that.
Well, I think that right about now, I got the confidence I need to really go for it. Even in this race here, I really didn't have the confidence in myself. I was a little bit worried. I was afraid that I would die in the home stretch if I made an early move. And I didn't. I still had plenty left. And, next time I go, I know that I can push it from 300 out and, hopefully get it.
Did you feel that the pace dropped off maybe in the third lap, that you would have liked a little more help in that?
No, I thought, it was perfect the whole way. John Walker helped me out tons.
What about him breathing down your neck all the time? He's getting better and better, isn't he?
He's getting much better with age. He's like a bottle of wine.
Yeah, that's right. He's absolutely superb. But this is one record you're after, this record that the two Brits have been sharing for such a long while.
Well, I'm getting my nose in there a little bit, and the record's definitely going to go this year. Hopefully it'll be me that gets it, but one way or another, it's going to go.
Where will you be racing? What's your racing program from now on?
Well, I won't race another mile until probably Koblenz, which is in late August. I've got a half mile in Paris, a 1,500 in Lausanne, and then the 3,000 in London. I'll go home for 3 weeks and then come back over to Europe and have another about 6 races, and then that'll be it for the season for me.
Well, you got a big...
Just about a mile to go in the 3,000 meters, and